Are you guys ready to jump into NBA?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Come on, everybody's waiting for it.
You mind if I kick this guy off, seeing as I was supposed to spearhead the NBA back in the day?
Well, you were.
Go for it.
Were you?
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
I heard
NFL free agent. I think this is what you could consider NFL free agent frenzy. Like, this is bigger than the decision. This is bigger than the Boston getting the big three. This is take it away, Hank.
Do it.
No, there's Leonard's going to the Clippers.
Come on.
That's all you got.
Hey, that was the epitome of a.
So all right, so check this out. This is one of the trades that has reverberations around the entire league, and one of the biggest ways that you could possibly see, because this trade single-handedly deconstructed an entire other team that wasn't even really involved in the trade. They're obviously they were involved in the trade, but I'm sorry, yeah, definitely involved in the trade. But the Thunder. I think that as big as the Clippers are going to have a hell of a win out of this trade, the Thunder are getting the ass end of it, man. Sorry,
they are if they lose Westbrook too.
Yeah. So tell me about it. Where you got? What do you think's happening with Westbrook? I don't
mean
to,
this is what I think. I think what the Clippers did here, which essentially was trade five first round picks.
6 years of their future.
Yeah.
Yep.
Five first round picks and a couple actual roster players for Paul George. And what Oklahoma City did is they leveraged Toronto against the Clippers. And basically decided, and Toronto wanted to. What they offered Toronto was Westbrook and Paul George, and they wanted their. You know, I need to bring a guy in
and
here.
Kawhi
we need to get Reggie in here. Reggie, we need an NBA guy in here. Let's talk, Reggie. Come on, lean up right here.
What's
Everybody,
up?
This is Reggie.
There you go.
Everybody, say hi to Reggie. All right, Reggie. What'd you see on this deal? Talk to us.
Specifically talking about the
the Paul George deal, yeah.
5 first-round picks for the next 27 years.
Yeah.
Basically. I think we're in an era of the NBA where it really is go big or go home. So
yeah, that's an understatement.
So really, I feel like it was a pretty good move, honestly, on both parts, because the Thunder are not going to win a championship with Russ.
No,
just not going to happen.
I think that's genius.
They
will
not.
Not
Going to happen.
And they're probably going to explore at least very highly trading him.
Yes,
very highly.
And I think it's the right move because they can get so much more for him as well. So
even with 4 years, $170 million left on his deal.
That's kind of the thing. He's got kind of the Chris Paul and the John Wall curse. I mean, it's such a big contract that I don't know if anybody wants to inherit it.
Right.
I think the Clippers,
I agree,
obviously are immediate contenders. The championship, the NBA title goes through LA.
LA for sure.
LA. If it's not the Clippers, it's going to be the Lakers.
The LA Clippers and the LA Lakers are 1 and 2 in Vegas odds to win the championship and the futures odds right now. So
next year, that means.
What about the East?
Philly's going to be in the NBA Finals.
Oh, hot take.
I agree wholeheartedly, my friend.
Guaranteed.
I agree wholeheartedly.
I know that's a lot. But
so you're jumping the Bucks.
Horford,
You don't think the Bucks?
No.
Okay.
I think Mike Budenholzer is a great coach.
Okay.
But I don't think you can make up for that amount of the saturation of star talent they have there between Al Horford, Tobias Harris, Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
there is a man from Kansas called Joel Embiid.
Oh,
still playing on that team. Yeah,
exactly. The 7-foot guy who's like,
Yeah, don't forget about him.
Can shoot. From half
let
court
me
at
ask you
40%.
Let me ask you this: If you could take between Frank Vogel and Doc Rivers as your coach, who'd you pick?
Doc Rivers.
Right.
Yeah.
And Doc Rivers, the coach of the Clippers.
My case officially rests.
Yeah.
But we're talking East here, so I'm liking your bold stance on the Sixers, but I mean
I think
the East is so.
The Nets aren't going to do anything until Kevin Durant is healthy. So this year's a scratch.
Exactly.
Next year will be the year that they're tested.
So just to kind of
if Kyrie doesn't explode and destroy that team in the process. But
I was going to say I think Kyrie Irving is 26 or 7. He's had more injuries than basically every other NBA player in the last 20 years before he even hit 30. He's a good player. Clearly.
He's not the next Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose was like that. I mean, he ended up being a shell of what he could have become. But I don't think Kyrie's on that level yet. But
I just don't. I don't know if he's enough to bring them a title. KD's amazing.
Yeah,
but
by
even KD,
himself, you're not buying Kyrie in Brooklyn.
Yeah, that's thing is, I think he's going to be amazing. I think, of course,
Stat guy.
especially year after next, both of them are going to put up amazing numbers.
Okay.
But so did Paul George and Russ Westbrook, and they
riddle me this: what about if Brooklyn goes out and goes crazy and gets Westbrook over there too?
That would.
Now you're talking two, not two, but three high ego guys.
But can they afford him?
The thing is, I don't know. I don't know why they would.
Yeah.
Because you've already got a ball dominant guy in Kyrie.
Right.
So to take in Russ, I think would be shooting you in the foot. I think. I think there's a lot of other players like the Clippers and the Lakers. Of course, LeBron is a facilitator, but I think either of those teams are a guard away from being like a hands-down unanimous NBA title.
So remove Rondo and install Westbrook, and then the Lakers are a shoo-in.
Yeah, and I think LeBron may be the only guy who is just so incredibly good. Even you're intangibly not talking about stats that can actually corral Westbrook and make him a great player. I think that would be the only scenario where Westbrook would win a title.
Yeah. So let me put something past the panel right here. So the Lakers as it stands right now, obviously they got AD in the trade. They got Rondo. They signed Boogie Cousins. JaVale McGee re-signed. Danny Green signed.
Yeah.
You got LeBron. You got Kyle Kuzma, or what's his name?
Kyle Kuzma. He's amazing too.
So I mean, the Lakers they're no slouches here. I think that's why they're number two.
And that's why I only
say. And they got rid of the cancer that was the Ball family.
Yeah, thank God.
Maybe not Lonzo, but the family.
Biggest thing. Got rid of them. That dumbass.
Absolutely. No, and LA is still
rumor
amazing.
has it Kobe may come back, so there's that.
Yeah, that's that would be the biggest development.
All of our loyal listeners will hopefully remember two things about me. I was on Toronto's D train from pretty much the beginning of the playoffs, and I also said the Clippers were going to get very, very good in the offseason. I didn't expect this move. I expected it to be KD and Kyrie, but look at what the Clippers did. Wow. They mortgaged the future to go all in right now. For the tune of 5 number 1 picks.
I still think the better team is the Lakers. I mean, the better LA team.
Time will tell. Time will tell. But I'll tell you this:
this year coming up, the Lakers are the better LA team.
Yes.
Honestly,
yes. Don't be a hater.
I would agree with that. The reason being,
but
I think they're deeper.
I think we just
more
need to, and I know I'm probably all your viewers are gonna go off after I say this, but LeBron is in just such a special talent that I don't care if he's 147 years old. He makes everybody so great around him.
That's right.
His ability to play
his talent's undeniable, and his work ethic is crazy. Yeah.
I know. Yeah, he spends $1.5 million on his body every
had
year.
Michael Jordan not played on that team? No.
Yeah.
Would we know Tony Kukoc's name had Michael Jordan not played on that team? No.
Yeah,
right. I mean, it's just he's the special kind of player. Well, Tony Kukoc played on the 96 to 98 team.
Obviously, so the
Paxson
biggest
played
news
on the 91 to 93 championship.
I think sorry, you go on.
So the biggest news we woke up to today was obviously this trade, and then a couple days ago it was KD and Kyrie going to Brooklyn. That was nuts. Golden State retained Klay Thompson, and obviously they have what they got going on. And we talked about LA. We talked about 76ers getting Al Horford. Boston got Kemba Walker and his cancer.
And let's not forget, Golden State won an NBA title with those 3 guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they're still a complete contender, at least in the West, if not to win it all. But we're 5 years after that, so it's a little different style of team.
I want to talk about one thing real quick. What the freak happened to the Knicks? They went out in free agency and
they did what they do best.
They got goose eggs.
Zero.
They got goose eggs. There was all this talk, and Stephen A. Smith was one of those pundits that was.
They literally should just turn the Garden.
They were going to give out 2 max contracts,
Center.
And wow, the rug got pulled out from underneath them. They didn't want to max KD. Right. That's a biggest mistake you could have done right there.
Who looks like more of an asshole right now? That entire organization or Stephen A. Smith? Dude. So Steve,
you missed out on Zion.
Stephen A. Smith missed about every single damn thing he's tried to say to take himself seriously in about the last 15 years. And then all of a sudden he really laid an egg with this whole, like, I have heard. Did you hear all this whole? I mean, he was on the whole NBA Insiders special or whatever. I'm not going to reference all this stuff here. Yeah. But let's just say that we heard from Stephen A. Smith because Stephen A. Smith is an NBA insider. Damn it, he knows what's gonna happen, and
damn it, I know.
Stephen A. Smith has heard. He has heard from specific inside sources that Kawhi Leonard is definitely going to the Los Angeles Lakers right about 30 minutes before.
also,
before he shit in the bed.
Also, there was I think it was
half right.
There was definitely some pundits that were saying like it was between Toronto and LA, and that the Clippers were completely out.
Yeah.
They were completely out, and it was all. This was all checkmark people. I'm talking about on Twitter. People that were checkmarks. They inside sources. Hey, the Clippers are completely out on Kawhi. Shit.
Bam. There you go.
Shit.
There you go.
What happened today? Kawhi said, "Hey,
wake up Saturday morning
you
and
get
tell
me."
about the check marks.
Kawhi said this: "You get me Paul George, I'm there." What they do? They traded their future for Paul George.
They did.
So hey, Clippers are all in, baby.
So
the Knicks are still shitty.
So I heard that Kawhi Leonard sent his agent to reach out to Paul George's agent and said, "Check this out," and literally just laid down an idea because apparently Kawhi Leonard's been looking at Paul George for a long time. I mean, guys, he's shit. I'm older than him now, but I mean, no, he's 29. Yeah. So, but yeah. Anyway, how about that, huh? I mean, really, how about that? I mean, the reverberations of a trade like this are going to be going for a long time, and I mean, all right. So in your opinion, I know that we kind of we talked about this a little bit. Oh no, never mind. Rondo just signed this morning, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Rondo's with LA.
So who else is left? We got any other big name free agents we're looking at?
No one really. Just to wrap up free agency.
Sorry, John. We already covered hockey.
Jimmy Buckets went to Miami. Who cares? The Pelicans obviously are. I think they had a couple depth players. Yeah. Derrick Rose goes to Detroit. That's about the only thing that we did.
You think
that's one more player than the Mavericks did.
The Knicks goose eggs. Oh yeah, talk about your favorite team.
So the Dallas Mavericks, who destroyed my day every day. They
sound like a disgruntled Dallas fan.
Yeah,
now.
I mean we brought the better of the Currys back, right? Seth.
Yeah,
the better one, right?
That's what I heard.
Yeah, he's the one with all the talent, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So. Yeah, we got him, and then that 8'15" guy from Philly, Boban Marjanovic.
Oh yeah, huge hands.
Yep. Yeah,
huge hands. Probably a huge wrench too.
Yeah, he's.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna make the playoffs.
Wow.
But that's about it.
Okay.
That's about
you have the faith.
Which honestly means
Lucas
you're
is
one game above 500.
Well, you do have you have the
Euro.
you have the new Euro twins, Kristaps and Luka. If Kristaps could stay out of Europe and quit beating up people in Europe or whatever he's doing.
Beating people up in Latvia.
Real quick, I want to talk about Zion because holy shit, Zion in the summer league. This is a grown ass man we're talking about in Zion.
He's a 19-year-old boy. But
hey, Jack, cue up that clip. Let's show the team. Let's show our viewers this clip.
Robinson
this
tapped
is Zion.
it out to knock Zion. Rips
just ripping his ball out of his boot hand. What's his name? Kevin Knox?
It's time to get in the gym.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
What his name is?
Little boy.
His name is poster child.
All it is little boy.
He's a poster child for what's going to happen to NBA players.
This is a child. I know.
Yeah. I mean he just brutalized this guy, and it's beautiful.
So
beautiful.
Let me ask you this. Zion, I know everybody's gonna say Zion, but I like Ja. I think there's gonna be more value out of that second pick than you'll see out of the first pick in Zion. I really do. Even though that's such a ridiculously wicked.
He's in Memphis or something, right?
I mean, think of the impact that kid's gonna have. I mean, dude. I mean, that I feel like at least me. I feel like that team's gonna be immediately at least 2 or 3 steps better. I mean, 2-3 years. I mean, they start building a team around him. I mean, you could build a team around that man.
I think this is gonna be. I think
Golden State and Steph Curry. Jay Morant coming out of college, out of a small college. Steph Curry came out of Davidson. Same kind of thing. Not a lot of expectation. I mean, Jay Morant was, granted, picked number 2 overall, but
he figured it out.
He could be one of those guys. You know, he really could be.
Yeah, I know he's a great player.
I think this draft is going to go down.
But Dwight Howard not playing with him is not good. I mean, there's nothing Memphis is doing to make any moves to build him.
I think we got
right now.
I think we got 5 to 10 guys that come out of this draft that turn out to be like game changers for a long time. Guys that we're going to see for a long time.
And
I think this
unfortunately,
draft
most
was
of them are out of Duke and Kentucky.
Yeah, I think this draft was chock full of them. Hey, real quick, guys. Interesting note I saw. 8 the last MVPs, the last 8 MVPs. Do you guys know who they were?
No.
All right. So no, it's easy because it's LeBron.
Steph Curry.
No, Curry was not one of them.
Oh, no.
Curry was
Andre
never one.
Iguodala won it the first year.
Finals,
finals
or
MVP?
season?
The finals MVP. I'm sorry. I should
okay.
have specified. Playoffs MVP. So in 2000. This is where I'm going with this. The last 8 MVPs are no longer with their teams.
Wow.
All right, the last 8 of them. So LeBron twice in Miami, and then you had Kawhi 2014 with the Spurs. Obviously not with them anymore. And then Andre Iguodala 2015 with the Golden State.
Sorry to take
And then
pleasure
you
in the
had
Spurs not
LeBron
being
with
good.
Cleveland.
We've always been bad.
You had Kevin
so.
Durant twice with Golden State.
All right.
And then you have Kawhi with Toronto.
All
gone.
All gone. Wow.
Like almost like right after they won them,
I
they
think
moved
that's
on.
just the culture.
How crazy
the culture of the
NBA
you know?
is nuts.
It's just turned into this. It is a business, of course, but it's turned into this either super team or just mishmash of whatever the hell we want to try to do. It's crazy. It's insane. You know, the NFL's kind of gone that way a little bit, but you still have your guys who have played, you know, traditionally for their team. You know, you got your Gronks and your Bradys and your whatever. Unfortunately, I referenced two
Hey, thanks,
stupid
Reggie.
New England Patriot teams. but-
Everybody say bye,
Reggie,
Reggie.
thank you
Cheers,
very
buddy.
much.
Oh yeah, brother.
Yeah,
Thank you, man.
But
Thank
you're
you.
not wrong.
Our
You're-
NBA insider, Reggie.
It's turning into a mishmash of all it is a business, and it's no longer, there's no team loyalty.
Yeah,
So-
no, I'm
no
with
loyalty
you.
At all.
So all right. So who has a bigger impact on how the season goes? Because I think the NBA for a little bit longer than is a good thing. I think at this point, I think there are enough real fans that they think to themselves like, well, shit, I'm gonna start paying attention about halfway through the season.
Yeah,
you know, or maybe a lot of them are even saying I'm gonna start paying attention coming up the playoffs. You know. And so does it make it any better when you've got organizations and players that are basically getting together to try to build a brand new super team every year? You know, I mean, maybe not
this
every
is
year,
where
but
we're
every
at.
other year.
I mean, you
But
need a
is it a
big
good
3
thing?
apparently. Like that's, I mean.
I'm just asking what you think about
All
it.
right, so
you know?
all right, so who are the besides Kawhi? Who was the big 3 in Toronto? Who would you say were the other two?
I mean, Danny Green was a facilitator. I mean, that was great. I mean, and I mean, Toronto's sticking around with a few.
So I mean, they pulled it off.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah,
agree.
exactly.
I agree that
They,
they pulled
they,
it off,
pu-
but
they,
is
they
that
pulled
good
it
for
off
the
with a crippled Golden State team.
And now what? And now look
A
what's happened to
literally
them.
crippled
I mean,
Golden
yeah, they
State.
ran through the East though. They still beat
that's
Milwaukee.
Fine. They beat Milwaukee.
And
Yeah.
and that's
But
that's
the only
that's
reason
what I'm
they
asking.
won the finals is because the Golden State was literally just
Well, that's-
crippled and on the
So
bench.
so hang on a second. Let's broaden the scope for just a moment.
Here we go.
So we all agree that they were successful in bringing a championship to their town.
Absolutely.
But is it better for the league and better for the people watching the league to see a team do that more or less, say every year, every other year? You're gonna have a super team just kind of pop up because all these players, everybody gets together. They say, all right, let's all get together over there, and we're gonna have a championship over there. And then after that, let's go somewhere else. Is it better to do that, or because it's exciting? It is exciting. Or is it better to focus for the fans on a team that's building a system, the classic way of
Guys,
doing basketball?
Can I be honest? Let me be honest real here, right quick.
Well, don't lie to me, Tony.
Are we just naive to think that this hasn't happened pretty much every year in the last 30 years since
No,
Michael
it's
Jordan
not
came
30.
to the league?
It's been going on for at
It's
least
been
10.
going
I
on-
would say.
10.
Yeah.
I would say
Bullshit.
10
No,
before I
no,
said
no,
I
no,
say
no.
the biggest one
No,
was
no.
was the Boston, the
You
big
got-
3
you-
in Boston.
you
That
got-
was the
You
last.
got the early 90s with Jordan, and then you got the mid 90s
weren't
with Jordan.
taking-
No, hold
They
up.
weren't trending.
Stop,
Let
stop,
the man
stop.
talk. Let
Hold
the
on.
man talk.
We have the mid-season 90s and 94, 95 with Clyde Drexler and Akeem and those freaking teams that they put together to win the championship. Then you have David Robinson go out in 99. Oh, who do they draft? Oh, we got the second pick of the league. We're going to draft Tim Duncan. Then David Robinson's healthy. Then you got another team of superstars. Then after that, you got LeBron. Then you have all the things that they've done. Then you have the Golden State. NBA has been a league of super teams for the last 30 years. And we just haven't recognized
Some
them.
of
What
those-
about Shaq and Penny? What about Shaq and Kobe? What about all these things? These have been put together for years and years and years and years. We're just highlighting it now, thinking it's something special. It's not. It's been the way the NBA has been for years.
I agree with half of that.
Agreed.
I think that a lot of those teams you referenced were majority built through the draft.
Yes. Exactly.
And then they got high priced free agents before, and then
Everything Cyrus
you
said.
got key players. what you see now is guys not drafting. They're trading away their picks to get high-priced free agents.
Either way the teams are built, it's still the same result.
It's a different way of building your team. With this, what Hank's referencing is basically buying your championship by getting guys in there. Whereas before, you built your team through the draft, and then you plugged in free agents, high-priced free agents.
And you know what happens? You know what happens then? You know what people do? They wait until the playoffs to watch.
Well, I mean,
which they always have because it's the NBA.
My thing is, yeah, we like watching that stuff, but I also would like to see someone get drafted someplace and stay, and then they build a team around them, and then you bring in your high-priced free agent, as opposed to 3 guys getting together in the offseason and say, hey, where do you want to do this? Miami?
Yeah.
No, hey,
literally,
you want to do it in L.A.?
Literally having their agents call each other to say, hey, how can we finagle this? Where do you want to go? I just want to play with you, and let's win a championship, and let's go somewhere else.
Yeah, it's tough, though, because you're NBA's 5 players, right? Five main players on the team.
You're so right.
And so it's tough because your roster players, what do they have, 12 roster players? And how many are actually seeing the floor in the playoffs? Like
4.
Yeah.
Can I ask you this? So I know that the NFL is an 11 man on the field per team league, right? So I know that 5 versus 11. I mean, different size of thing. But can you imagine in the NFL if, say, every 2 years or so, Tom Brady and Gronk decided that they were going to figure out what team they wanted to play for next, so they could get together, try to find somebody else. Maybe Tom Brady and Gronk decide they want to get together with Chris Johnson back near the end of his
that's
prime.
Completely apples.
Well,
and
no. Wait. So I think that would be bullshit in the NFL. And I don't think. Well, I understand that, but just for the sake of having a hypothetical, the only way that works is if you play fucking along with it. So
sorry, Hank.
So hypothetically, if you had a couple of power players in the NFL do the same thing, I mean, can you imagine if you try to do this in the NFL? I mean, there would be a rebellion.
No, because I mean the NFL. I mean, I don't know.
How could you build any team continuity in the NFL?
When you only have 12 roster players, you can dedicate so much more of your cap to 3 players, and then you add the right plug depth players, or you get guys coming in off their entry level deals that you know are probably going to be good role players,
old serviceable slugs,
exactly,
whatever.
Like your boy. Coming back.
Bam.
Hey, talk about him.
Insanity, baby.
Vince
22
Carter.
years in the league, baby.
21.
Vince Carter
21.
playing
21 or 22?
I think it's 22. I think
It
he's going to be 42.
Golly, that's a man right there.
The man. Man,
what were you talking to me earlier about? Dunk contest?
I'm talking about Vince Carter. This is my plea to you, Vince Carter. Do the dunk contest, Vince Carter. Everybody's asking you to do it.
He did it in a suit.
He did it. He did the reverse jam in a suit. He can do anything he wants. The man is a physical specimen. Congratulations, Vince Carter, for continuing to play. But I want to see you in that. What
a fitting end to his career if he comes back and like.
What
if he gets to the All-Star game? Like, yeah.
Oh man, yeah, All-Star. Shit.
Yeah.
6 man anyway.
All right, yeah.
He's the man.
Man, I'm literally getting the chills thinking about Vince Carter coming
I
back.
know.